Now, this is Alexis Plunkett. Now, you'd be shocked to know that this lawyer is a member of a street gang. As an example, she put a hit out on her ex-boyfriend.
These are those text messages. They're from a group chat with Alexis Plunkett and 5 other lawyers. In them, Alexis says she's placed hits in every prison in Nevada on Andrew Arevalo, her ex-boyfriend who she used to represent. Plunkett then texts again saying she represents a lot of gang members. Another attorney responds, "This isn't funny." And Alexis says, "I'm not kidding."
But who in the right mind would send these texts? Like I said, I've been doing this since 1982, and I've never even heard of this, let alone seen this.
Matter of fact, here she is intimidating a witness, allegedly.
Plunkett made this post on her Facebook page in response to Metro Police announcing on December 5th they'd arrested 29 suspected members of the 18th Street Gang. It reads, "I see a confirmed snitch among them who is not in custody and has no complaints filed, so we have one rat at a minimum here." The complaint alleges Plunkett made a similar post online with a photo of said person from an anonymous account also on December 5th. The complaint shows Plunkett texted, "I think she's working with them. She's a snitch and that's what they do." In another, "She can snitch on 18th Street all she wants, though she'll get hers for that."
This story is insano stuff. Now, this is Alexis Plunkett, a criminal defense lawyer in the great state of Nevada who specializes in defending gang members. And through her work, that's how she met her boyfriend, Andrew. Now, Alexis met Andrew while representing him in a lawsuit against the state when Andrew was shot by a prison guard.
November 2014, 2 handcuffed inmates in a secured unit called The Hole get into a fight at High Desert State Prison. A guard fires multiple rounds to break it up. Inmate Andrew Arevalo is seriously wounded. Inmate Carlos Perez is killed. Today, the Nevada Attorney General filed this criminal complaint against former correctional officer trainee Reynaldo J. Ramos, charging him with reckless disregard and involuntary manslaughter for killing Perez, who was shot in the chest, neck, and head. Arevalo was injured by the same gun in the same incident, but no one is being held criminally responsible for shooting him.
And this gives NDOC, this gives the AG's office almost a scapegoat in COT Ramos. They've charged him with low-level felonies, and they've charged the lowest person on the totem pole. They've charged the trainee. And they're attempting to remove the blame from all the higher-ups and from anyone else.
And come to find out, the prison guards were initiating these gladiator-style brawls between inmates where they would handcuff both inmates and have them fight each other. Now, their relationship grew stronger and they started dating. Here they are at the Hope for Prisoners graduation ceremony. Now, since Alexis was his lawyer, she was able to speak with him in a private setting, even though he was locked up. Now, prison officials got a little suspicious about what they were doing behind closed doors, so they bugged the room. Check it out.
Information tonight about a Las Vegas attorney in some trouble for a series of alleged late-night rendezvous with one of her clients. 13 Action News reporter Tom George has the latest details from the arrest report.
According to an arrest report, Alexis Plunkett went above and beyond the normal relationship between a lawyer and their client. It says Plunkett would arrange meetings at the jail with Andrew Arevalo, an admitted gang member with a lengthy criminal history. When investigators suspected something was going on, they started filming meetings, and at least 3 times, Plunkett would kiss Arevalo on the lips. She's also accused of letting him use her cell phone.
Plunkett was visiting her client and boyfriend at the time, Andrew Arevalo, at the county jail. And that's when she broke the law by handing the phone over to Arevalo. This is a felony, and if convicted, Plunkett could be looking at a year in prison.
Investigators were also suspicious when Arevalo applied for house arrest and listed Plunkett's address. Plunkett is now facing multiple felony charges.
Now, Alexis was really upset at her client and prison boyfriend, Arevalo. She decided to put a hit out on him.
In this document, they also provide text messages where they say Plunkett tells other lawyers that she's going to have a hit taken out on Andrew Arevalo. These are those text messages. They're from a group chat with Alexis Plunkett and 5 other lawyers. In them, Alexis says she's placed hits in every prison in Nevada on Andrew Arevalo, her ex-boyfriend who she used to represent. Plunkett then texts again saying she represents a lot of gang members. Another attorney responds, "This isn't funny." And And Alexis says, "I'm not kidding."
Now, these text messages surprised the judge a little bit. This is something he didn't see every day.
But who in the right mind would send these texts? Like I said, I've been doing this since 1982, and I've never even heard of this, let alone seen this.
Judge Michael Villani seemed confused, even frustrated with Plunkett.
Ms. Plunkett, this is bizarre. There's nothing to say.
But he ultimately decided not to detain her. He also set trial for her charges for April 1st.
Okay, let me pause this video and ask you a question. Have you used Google Chrome's Incognito Mode between 2016 and 2023? If so, you may be entitled to up to $5,000 in compensation. Now, if you use Incognito Mode, Google was secretly tracking your data, despite their promises that your search history and personal information was not going to be collected or tracked.
Collects 39 individual data points on you, and so this is all about data. They're trying to figure out how they can get access to it. So creating this Incognito Mode was supposed to be a way that they were not capturing or retaining your data. That's what we all believed.
What happens to Google now? Are they at risk of more lawsuits from this?
100%.
So if you've used Google's Incognito Mode during the period of 2016 to 2023, you could be eligible to join the lawsuit at no cost to you. Visit browserclaim.com to see if you qualify. There are no upfront costs, no hidden fees. Simply fill out the form and start your claim. Now, I need you to understand, participating in any lawsuit doesn't guarantee compensation, but you do have the right to seek compensation if your privacy was violated. Now, full disclosure, my firm isn't the only one involved. For instance, one of the largest firms in the country, Morgan & Morgan, is also asking for clients for this lawsuit. Now, for more information and to get started, visit browserclaim.com today to protect your rights and hold Google accountable. Now, the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to the video. Now, while she was out on bail, the 18th Street Gang got caught up with the cops. Now, the 18th Street Gang is the gang that her boyfriend is affiliated with.
These are the faces of the 18th Street Gang, a transnational criminal group. Metro Police say the men and women pictured here brought violence all around the valley dating back to last year. The suspected gang members are accused of murders, kidnappings, robberies, and drug trafficking. Police tell us the gang was involved in 50-plus felony crimes.
We are a safer community today because of the efforts of this investigation.
Clark County District Attorney Steve Wilson praised the actions of Metro Police and other law enforcement agencies that pursued the takedown of this notorious gang. Metro Gang Unit detectives say illegal activities inside the High Desert Prison tipped off authorities. Conversations with convicted 18th Street prisoners created leads and led to successful investigations.
Now, Alexis, seemingly a proud member of the 18th Street Gang, went into overdrive trying to figure out who was giving up these tips and tricks to the feds.
How these cops know so much? They just open the fucking doors.
What are you saying?
There's gotta be a snitch here. So, there's a snitch.
Now, Alexis didn't say it so dramatically, and the authorities believe this is classic witness intimidation, but you be the judge.
She's accused of intimidating a witness to influence testimony, a felony, and dissuading witness from testifying or producing evidence, a misdemeanor. According to the criminal complaint, Plunkett made this post on her Facebook page in response to Metro Police announcing on December 5th they'd arrested 29 suspected members of the 18th Street Gang. It reads, "I see a confirmed snitch among them who is not in custody and has no complaints filed, so we have one rat at a minimum here." The complaint alleges Plunkett made a similar post online with a photo of said person from an anonymous account also on December 5th. The report shows detectives executed search warrants on January 8th and 9th to search Plunkett's phones and devices. According to the complaint, phone records reveal that on December 5th, 2018, Plunkett texted people about the arrests. In one conversation, the complaint shows Plunkett texted, "I think she's working with them. She's a snitch and that's what they do." In another, she can snitch on 18th Street all she wants, though she'll get hers for that.
Now, here is how Alexis' legal team responded.
Bollinger says he'll be back in court with Plunkett tomorrow in the witness intimidation case. He's trying to get those charges dropped. He says it's not a crime to call somebody a snitch as long as it's also not associated with threats or violence.
So because of the new charges, the judge revokes bail and says, hey, you're going to have to stay in because this seems a little sketch.
Today's hearing lasted about 4 45 minutes before the judge decided to keep Alexis Plunkett behind bars with no bail in a case that keeps getting more complicated by the day.
She is to be held without bail pending the trial in this matter.
And with that, Alexis Plunkett was ordered to remain in custody while she now fights 2 serious charges.
So now, 5 days later, she pleaded guilty to the charges.
In exchange for the guilty plea on the charge of providing a telecommunication device to a jail prisoner, Plunkett's law license will be suspended for 5 years and 1 day. She'll have to routinely appear in front of a parole officer and stay off social media, which played a large role in the witness intimidation charge that was dropped as part of this deal.
She pled guilty to 1 count of possession of a telecommunication device by a prisoner. In exchange, the criminal charge of bribing or intimidating a witness or preventing a person from testifying was dropped. She's sentenced to 3 years probation. The state also recommended that Plunkett be prohibited from practicing law for 5 years and a day.
Now, as you heard, her license was supposed to be suspended for 5 years, but the state licensing board said, no, we're suspending it forever. She's disbarred.
New tonight, a Las Vegas lawyer can no longer practice law in Nevada. Alexis Plunkett has been disbarred. Plunkett admitted to giving an inmate that she was dating a cell phone, and that is against the rules. Well, now the state Supreme Court disbarred Plunkett. The decision indicated that her misconduct hurt the legal system, her profession, and her clients as well. Officials also accused her of having an inappropriate relationship with the client in prison. All charges were dropped. Now, Plunkett told 13 Action News in an email she is devastated. She says that she's remorseful for dragging her clients into this and that her life is now ruined over a genuine mistake.
Now, just to clean everything up, her ex-boyfriend was sentenced to 8 years in prison. That was in 2019, so he should be out in 3 years. At the end of the day, did this case come out the way you thought it was going to come out? So the system says 3 years probation is enough. Do you think she should have got more? Hey, who knows? As always, tell me where I'm wrong in the comments section. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.